Uh-oh.
I can't do it, Dale. You do it.
Uh-oh.
You do it.
And a grand good morning to you on this last Monday
I want you to do that good
March. I'm really the eye candy of the show, the straw that stirs the drink.
This is so
I'm the knowledgeable one. Really, the whole package.
Making a note here to never do this again.
I'm Dale Hellestray. Over there, he's Steve McCullum. Not sure how to charge his EV.
The humble one.
Don't know how he gets so exhausted every weekend when he naps, he sleeps, he cuddles with the dog.
I only got one nap in this weekend.
And he doesn't sound good.
Oh. Okay.
So you want me to try a good morning?
Yeah.
Good morning!
You do it better than I do. You can do it. You should do it every day.
So that's a lot of wasted energy right there. I got a little lightheaded.
Yeah, why do you think I always have to pause? So Dale, how you doing?
Good. Did you already do the business show?
I did.
You actually talked like this for an hour by yourself.
That's actually why it probably sounds like it does now, because I talk for 30 minutes.
You have those throat lozenges?
No, I got to stop and buy some. I went this weekend. So Friday, I feel fine. I'm not sick or nothing.
Okay.
So Friday, I left here. Riley came here. We got the cord and everything, and it just takes forever to charge. Well, we found out where we are, it doesn't have electrical outlets strong enough to charge the car. So that was out. So I'm like, all right, I'll just go. So my dad called me about something else, something with a business. So my dad called me about that. I'm talking to him, and I'm like, I'm at the studio. I go, I'll swing by your house here in a little bit. And I just casually mentioned, what I was going on with, He's like, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. It's not charging on the public charger, blah, blah, blah. My dad's he does a lot of stuff, but he's an electric engineer by trade. So he knows electricity and he knows that type of stuff. I don't. So I'm just talking to him, whatever. And he goes, when you get here, we'll look at it, blah, blah. So I go over there. Dale, we plug it in. It's charging, no problem. But it's charging at 2 miles per hour.
And what's normal?
20. On my charger in my house, it's 20 to 30, depending on when you do it. The bigger point is I'm at 13 miles when I get to his house. I need to get it to 20 so I could get it home and charge it on mine. Because it's not charged. And I'm Googling left and right. I found out it has a software. What it says is there's a software glitch that I have to get fixed. How, I don't know. Probably go to the dealership, whatever. For the public charger. But it charges perfectly fine at my house. No problem. Charged perfectly fine at my dad. It just took like 4 hours to get it. But my dad was like, hey, just take my my other car and just go home and then just come back and swap it out later. No point to leave and then risk it and all that stuff. And I'm like,
basically saying, you know what? I don't know if I want to hang around with you for the next 4 hours.
They were leaving.
Oh.
They were leaving. So, no, it had nothing to do with that. I could have hanged out. But the kids were out of school and all that stuff on Friday. So I was like, all right, I'll go home. Whatever. So I took his car and I went home. And then me and Ireland, and Ireland had a friend over. So we went shopping and we went and got dinner and stuff. And then we went back home. And I was like, all right, I'll just go switch the car out at 8 o'clock. Went and got it, drove home, no problem whatsoever. So it was easy. Perfect. Simple. A little bit of a headache. But while I was driving it from the studio to my parents' house, because I didn't want to waste battery, I had the air conditioner off. I had the screens off and all that. So I'm just sweating because it's 100 degrees out. Windows down, but I'm just sweating, just hot air coming in. I think that's what did it. I think being in that environment, because I felt like garbage the rest of the day. Like I just felt tired being in the heat. I just didn't recover all weekend. So I think that's what's going on with my throat. And then waking up Saturday morning to all the gunk in the air and everything.
Yeah.
And then going to the Rattlers game on Saturday. It's a loud stadium. So to talk, you have to yell, which my voice wanted nothing to do with that. So I think all of that in combination, that's where I am today. And it's still all crappy out there.
It is. Well, the wind came last night, and I love to watch the 9 o'clock weather as I start to gather my stuff and get ready for bed. And yeah, they said the winds were going to be 15, 20 miles an hour last night. But gosh, by Wednesday, high in the
You know,
80s.
back to normal again.
Look at that.
So I just think I don't think I drank enough water on Friday, so I was feeling it on Saturday. Because Saturday morning, you could tell there was something wrong with it, but it wasn't terrible. But man, I halfway through that first quarter at the Rattlers game, I was like, done talking. I cannot keep talking. It's getting terrible. Like it sounds horrible. So I just shut up. It was all. I need a hat that says vocal rest on it or something, so people know. But I think that's what's going on with it.
Well, I know
I'm
we'll
not
be
saying-
bouncing around a lot today. I hope you
day,
feel
big
better. Get your throat lozenges. I know those help. I don't know if it's on your list of things to talk to you about, but I do want to say, my goodness, this Max, however you pronounce his last name for ASU, the offensive lineman,
Yeah.
he's come out of nowhere but he's working out with Vrabel,
One
the
on
head
one.
coach.
One on one.
Oh, I can stop his workout. I'm putting him through the workout.
Yeah, Jordan Tyson's in street clothes
Yeah.
talking to Harbaugh and Cam.
And Vrabel, literally pass rush, seeing if he can anchor down and
Well-
things like that. It's like, oh my God.
I mean, now they saw him at the Senior Bowl because he dominated the Senior
Yes.
Bowl. If you don't know, that was where everybody was kind of like, "Who's this kid?"
yeah.
He was beating kids that were like all pro, all conference or whatever you call them in the college.
Yeah.
He was stuffing kids. This is a guy that started playing football at 17. And he's huge.
I got a huge upside.
So, I was talking about it. Some mock draft said the Eagles were going to take him at high up, like 31, 32 or whatever they're drafting. And I was like, that'd be perfect because he's viewed as a developmental lineman because he hasn't played for a long time. So with Vrabel working out with him on Friday at the pro day, what does that tell you?
I think
As
that's
a
like,
lineman.
I don't think, I think if it's some other coach, it might be, hey, we're trying to
Yeah.
throw you off the set. Like, hey, we're really, really interested in it, but we're not.
Yeah.
But it's always fascinating because I think a little bit like Vrabel. Like I'm sure Vrabel saw him in the Senior Bowl. Said, "Whoa, okay, so this guy
Raw talent.
this guy showed out,
Yeah.
but I want to feel him. I want to because sometimes a guy puts his hands on you
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, I feel you.
The leverage and stuff. Because it's one thing not just seeing it; it's another thing, like you said,
To feel it.
feeling it and knowing. Especially Vrabel, right? He's from the defensive side. He knows how linemen should block.
But it's been 15 years since he took his last snap.
yeah, but he's in there all the time. He's in there. Man. He gets all bloody at training camp last year.
I try to put myself in this ASU lineman's head. I'm like, the head coach came up to me and said, "Hey, I want to put you through a little bit." I'm like, "Okay, are we really doing this? Like, did you want me to? You want to feel me, or am I?
Yeah.
You don't have." It would have been so confusing to me.
I think it tells me two things. One, Vrabel obviously recognized his raw talent at the Senior
Yeah.
Bowl or on film leading up to it and stuff like that. To the point where Vrabel didn't care about anything else happening in it. He might have, but he made it clear, I'm here to see one kid.
Yeah.
But that also elevates him because
Yeah.
Harbaugh's sitting there going,
Well, why is he spending
Why-
so much time with him?
yeah, Vrabel. I'm over here with Jordan Tyson in street clothes.
Yeah.
Why is he working out? Like we need to look into this kid a little bit more type of a situation, things like that. But it's interesting. Now Vrabel's not perfect. He has that one lineman struggled this year, the rookie lineman that he drafted. I'm forgetting his name. He struggled this year and ended up the Broncos game ended up giving up some big plays.
Yeah,
So
he's
not
a true
perfect.
rookie, and you know what? He was faced with a lot left tackle,
Yeah.
true rookie.
People were lining up next to him.
Yeah.
Lining across from the big guys were lining up next to him.
Yeah,
But no, I mean, I thought it was fascinating to watch that in the pro day. Now, the ASU did the smartest thing. I didn't realize this until Friday. They did the smartest thing. There were NFL meetings over the weekend here in town.
right.
So that's why you saw Harbaugh and those guys here was they're in town for they're like, hey, we'll go early for the meetings and go see this stuff.
It's fascinating because usually I used to because they alternate, I think, between Florida and Arizona for the NFL meetings every year. Tough places to meet in March. Yeah. We got to stay at the Biltmore. But usually there's a lot of to do about it. I didn't hear much about it till I saw a couple of the bylines. Hey, out here in Phoenix. At the,
normally you hear that they're doing meetings here. I didn't know it at all. I found out Friday from somebody that was there because I was like, why? Like, why is everybody there? Because you expect a lot of teams to be at an ASU Pro Day because of the talent they did have this year. But all teams were there. And I was like, all right, well, some of these teams know they're not going to show up here because they know they're not going to be in a position to draft anybody, till later rounds or whatever, and you could do that work elsewhere. So it was a good job by ASU doing that, and they were the only ones on Friday on top of it, which kind of gave them the spotlight. And then I think it just goes to show more of when Harbaugh, the Giants Harbaugh, not Jim, John Harbaugh and Vrabel are there. Also, that elevates you as a program.
Oh, yeah.
You can't tell me if you're a kid coming out of high school right now and you're looking at training camps or you're looking at pro days and you're going, wait, kids are getting one-on-one instructions from NFL head coaches at a pro day?
Yeah.
I need to pay better attention to this program because it's on the radar. I think that's what that tells me. I think that's huge for this program. Then on top of it, I was reading an article this weekend about Hines Ward. Kids, they want to come here to play for Hines Ward.
Yeah.
Because he's the best coach in the thing that can get me to the pro level. So I'm gonna go play for him.
Other than maybe Ohio State.
Well, but I'm talking about individual coaches is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, Ohio State. It's the Ohio State program that you get showcased at and stuff like that. But Hines Ward, obviously, if you can't go to Ohio State, you go here for Hines Ward. It was fascinating. A couple of the kids that were here. Even then, I saw one kid on the ASU team, I don't remember who he is, who was praising the linebacker coach. If you want to be developed into a pro player to where you can go to your pro day and be looked at, you come here because this coach is going to get you ready if you want to work at it. And they're just casually saying that. You don't hear that anywhere else in college, man. It's all about me, maybe the program. But they're calling out coaches I've never even heard of before in ASU, saying what a great person they are and how they got them to that point. I think this is amazing what ASU is doing on that perspective.
Well, a couple things. Number one, I see the young man. I guess I might have to learn how to pronounce his last name.
I know how to say it, but now that I've looked at it, I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah. Well, you know who we're talking about, the tackle from Arizona.
Ian Achor.
Yeah. Max. Yes. Big Max.
He's a big dude, man.
He's doing an interview with his shirt off.
Yeah.
Now, number one, that takes a lot of confidence as an offensive lineman.
Linemen generally don't do that.
Not in front of everybody, And he looks not fat. He looks like he's in good shape. And I didn't realize he was .01 off the record set for offensive lineman in the 40-yard dash at the combine.
Yeah.
Now,
he's huge, too.
The yin to his yang is the receiver didn't do anything again.
Jordan Tice.
And I saw something to where he's still being mocked to the Giants at 5. There's no way on God's green earth he's going to the top half of the first round. No way can you take a chance on that.
Especially if you're the Giants, because you have other holes you
need to fill. And
you have Neighbors there. He could be a good number 2 behind Neighbors.
And you're using the 5th pick of the draft on that?
That's my argument. But he spent the whole pro day talking to Harbaugh and Cam Scatterbo.
Again, is that a smoke screen or is that?
Well, I mean, from the Giants' perspective, it could be like, we'll talk to him. We'll talk to him so nobody else will talk to him, and then he'll fall to us.
Our second pick.
Second pick. I just don't. He's going to be the most fascinating thing. Now he might be being told not to work out, Dale. That happens. Hey, we want you at this spot. Don't work out for anybody, and we want you at this spot, and you want to go there. That happens. Now you're putting a lot of faith into trusting somebody during lion season, but that happens, man. That happens all the time.
You know, it's the other funny thing was as I was watching talk about Cam Scatterbo and the Giants front office people. I'm thinking after my rookie year in Buffalo, and my rookie year didn't go as good as Cam's, but it ended the same way. Both ended up on the injured list. I was because I think I broke my wrist.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm hanging out with the new head coach and the general manager at Pro Day, even if it was at SMU.
Really, you don't think so?
No, I don't. There was just you didn't have that relationship.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. There's no relationship.
No.
And I thought the same thing.
He probably took them out to some Tempe haunts on Friday night.
But I also was thinking maybe Harbaugh was using that as a, hey, Jordan, introduce us and hang out and talk to him. Let's see what he's really like.
Right.
Because, if Jordan Tyson and Harbaugh get together, it's going to be very a professional business atmosphere. Maybe we can get him to loosen up a little bit and we see what he's really like with Cam standing there. Maybe that's it.
It could be. Could be. I
thought the same thing with you. I'm like, where's Cam standing next to his coach?
I'm just always hesitant around this time of the year.
I know.
I can see a lot of smoke screens being set up.
Yeah, but I think Vrabel was.
Yeah.
One thing I know about Vrabel is he'll coach anybody up. So whether they get him or not, I mean that tells me he's interested in him at some point in this draft if he's available. That's why he was doing that. He was like, all right, I'm gonna find out myself if this kid's good enough for our team or we can work with him or whatever. So that was good. But then also, like I said, I think it sent a message to everybody else also. But I do think Vrabel's the type of guy that's like, man, I see potential in you. So even if you're not on my team, here you go, kid. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got here, so other people will notice it and stuff to that effect. But it was interesting pro day. I'll put it this way: I don't remember the last time we saw a pro day like that here at Arizona State University.
No, when's the last time there were possible 2 first-round draft picks?
On top of it,
there's been years where there haven't been any draft picks.
Yeah. Well, only a couple.
But they're not too distant in the future.
I know.
Or in the past.
I know. So that happened on Friday as well, Dale. And then we got to talk on this. Let's get this out of the way early here. You're a big golf guy.
Yeah.
Woodland won the golf tournament this weekend, coming off his PTSD.
Yeah. Wow.
He's not coming off of it, but dealing with that and runs away with that. I was going to bring it up on Friday to you before you left, but it was such a runaway on Friday that I was like, boring.
First of all, just so people who aren't golf fans, Gary Woodland was found to have a brain tumor about 2.5 years ago. They had to go in and do brain surgery. There were pictures surfaced over the weekend of the scar, and it was literally from about here to here on his head. It wasn't like a little stitch.
They didn't open up a corner and go in there, man. They opened up his whole head.
And they took a tumor out, and just all the stories about him and his comeback. One of the most popular, if not most well-liked players on tour before the tumor, and now obviously, especially after, and his comeback. And, he came out about 3 weeks ago and started talking about he's going through PTSD.
It became public. He's been dealing with it for 3 years now, but he went public with what his struggles are.
Yeah, finally came out and started discussing the issues. They said many times he was in the middle of a round and he just got the panic feeling and wanted to walk off the course.
Yeah.
And again, as a guy who doesn't know what PTSD is, he's trying to open it up because so many people, I guess, try to hide it.
He tried to hide it for a bunch of years. Eventually, it was like, I'm done hiding it now.
Right.
I don't care anymore.
And sought help, and through that, he went back to his old coach and kind of his old life. And wow, he ran away with it yesterday as a fun morning.
Ended up with a 5-stroke lead is what he ended up with there. But I mean, it was a dominating weekend for him. So that was the positive side of golf this weekend. And then Dale,
your boy,
your buddy Tiger Woods,
your boy. And see, are you writing him prescriptions?
I know. Well, okay. There's an epidemic here. When you have surgery, you get those high end drugs that you just come to rely on, and especially when you're having problems walking after your last rollover and stuff to that effect, and it's probably pretty painful to move around for him and stuff like that. So he relies on him and stuff like that. But yeah, man, you got to be smarter than this, right? You're gonna get not just yourself killed, possibly somebody else.
Couple thoughts on this. Number one, it's when I think back to like my career. If I gave you towards the end of my career my pregame ritual of what went, Vicodin was involved, Darvocet was involved, Aleve was involved.
These are high end medicines, folks.
But
you didn't feel a thing out there on the football field.
But the thing is that looking back on it, I never even thought about it. But like, I never got a buzz or a high or man, I got to get that feeling again. My feeling was I didn't hurt anymore right then.
The numbness.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And but the one thing that I just because remember when the guy went down my shin with the face mask and they had to solder my leg back together.
The recent incident?
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
Where you bled all over the brand new field?
Yeah, yes. A brand new field and filleted my shin and they had to cauterize it. Decided not to put any painkiller in me or anything and told my daughter to distract me.
Bite this piece of wood.
Kendall, what's that smell? That's your skin. Okay. But they gave me OxyContin. And I took one. OxyContin and I felt loopy. I felt weird. I felt, oh my, what just happened to me?
Sluggish, yeah.
And so they gave me a pill bottle of 10. There's still 9 left in there.
Yeah.
I said I'd rather have a little pain.
They say just switch to 600 Aleve. That's what they tell me to do. Because I'm actually, they call it allergic. I'm actually allergic to those high-end pain meds. Yeah. I found that out after neck surgery I had one time. And I was seeing dead people, man. I was answering the door and talking to people, like my grandma. I mean, she was in front. I swear to God, Dale, to this day, she was in front of me at the door. And I invited her into the couch. And the kid's mom at the time comes out and goes, "Who are you talking to?" And I was like, "Oh, grandma's here." She was like, "Oh," she's on the phone to the doctor. They're like, "Get him off of it." So I can't take those things at all. So no, they do funny stuff to you, whether you know it or not.
But some people, it creates a high in them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but that's what I want to be careful on. I don't know that he's addicted to it. Maybe it's what you're saying also, where he just feels normal taking it, like the pain goes away.
Well, I know that
if you don't know, he can't walk, Dale. That's why he can't play a golf round very well now, is he struggles to walk.
I know that if I would have tried to drive a car shortly after I had taken that one OxyContin, I would have had a hard time.
Yeah.
You start seeing blurriness and is that 3 cars or 2 cars or
slamming on the brakes and around you type of a thing. I mean, it's just whatever's up with Tiger. You just forget about because I watched this whole thing on Friday actually, but I was at my parents. My parents had the 5 on from Fox. My dad did. He wasn't in the room, but it was just happened to be on, and they're watching it and they're like doing this whole tribute of it. He's one of the best golfers and. To me, it's like, no, that has nothing to do with now, man. He's not one of the best golfers today. He was at one time, but he's got other demons he's got to tackle here. Yeah. Before look, this is the second rollover we know of. It's not easy to roll over a car, Dale.
I'm 63 years old, knock on wood.
You've never rolled one over?
No. Much less 2 within about 5 years.
Yeah, that's where it's like, all right, this isn't normal. Oh, I rear-ended a guy because I, a little loopy and I ran into him. No, this is getting to the level of flipping your car upside down and everything. So, but I mean, I even heard people this weekend going, "I guess he's not playing in the Masters." Folks, who cares? Guy's gotta figure out his life more than anything else. Man.
Well, that to be fair, that is kind of the weird thing because on Monday. Or on Tuesday, he came back in his little indoor league, and he played for the first time all season.
Yep. And he lost.
But he hit the golf ball, and there was talk about maybe he's trying to gear up to play in one last Masters or
Well,
whatever.
he was also hinting at that.
Yeah.
What at not the fifth major, whatever they called that, the big one. He flat out said, he goes, "Oh, maybe you'll see me in April."
Yeah.
But that's the least of the concerns now. I will tell you, like his one in California, I know he was doing a sponsor like film thing with like celebrities in it. He still gets paid a lot of money to go to do that type of stuff. So I don't know if he was on his way to that or coming back from it or what, but I imagine, look, he can't, folks, you don't know it. He can't walk. He struggles. It's very painful for him to do it. I've seen some stuff where he's kind of alluded to it and things like that. But here's the thing: just stop getting behind the wheel, man. You know, we'd like to see Tiger grow old. Or at least a lot of us would out there. So he needs to figure that out because it's not. The second rollover is what kind of got me a little bit like, okay. 90% of the world, 99% of the world goes through it without flipping a car once. He's on 2 now.
Yeah.
We're at a level now that's uncharted here for a lot of people, and we got to get that fixed and everything. So, Tiger, come on, buddy, wake up, man.
Yeah, and
at least, I mean, especially for that, just you can get a driver, man.
Yes, you could pay a driver $500,000 a year and just say, live in the guest house, and when I want to go, you're ready to go.
Wow, I want to be your driver, Dale. Doesn't cost that much to be a driver. Could you imagine being an Uber driver and you got to pick up Tiger at his house? Tiger's all, "Do you have room for my clubs?" I don't want to make light of it, but I mean, you know, I was listening to your buddy John Holmberg this morning, and he brought up a good point. Like, John Daly's not the epitome of good decisions out there,
right?
But if John Daly can avoid the DUIs and flipping his car upside down, so can you. That's the way I would look at that,
right?
From that perspective and things. But I just when I first heard about it, before you knew he was safe, they were just like, Tiger Woods rolled his vehicle again, and then you heard nothing, and I was like, "Uh-oh, you're not hearing anything. This might not be good news." Thank goodness he's okay, and at least in terms of he's alive. Nobody was hurt and that type of stuff. But so that was an eventful Friday, and then my car.
Well, I'm glad your car's working.
Tiger, just get an EV, buddy, and then you'll
be sidelined for most of the time.
Oh my God, Dale. Okay, going back to my car here. I'm sitting at the Rattlers game on Saturday. And I just looked at scrolled on my phone as a timeout or whatever, and I scroll on my phone, I go to Facebook, and I see a picture that looks familiar to me. And it was where my car was plugged in at my parents' house. And then I see another picture of my car plugged in at my parents' house. And I'm like, why is this on my phone? I didn't take these pictures. And I read the top of it. My sister completely made fun of me on Facebook, man.
Really?
To the point where I was mad. I was mad.
What did she do to old Stevie?
She goes, okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's blast my sister here.
Does she live around your mom?
Yeah, she lives right around the corner.
Okay.
But they were going down to my sister's grandkids. So my second cousins or my second nephews, whatever they are.
Your sister's nephews?
Yeah. Well, no. So my niece's kids.
Oh.
Whatever that makes sense.
Okay.
So my sister's kids.
Okay.
So it's her grandkids. So weird saying that.
Yeah.
Sheesh. But they were going down to Casa Grande because they live down there, and they had a softball tournament and stuff. So my parents were going down there. My sister tagged along with them. But I get this here. The other side of owning EV, forgot to charge overnight. During day, 3 different EV ports would not work. Idea, use mom and dad's electricity, wait 4 hours just so I can make the 25-minute trip home. Is it worth it? My B of a sister.
What's her name?
You know what?
First name?
B.
What's her first name?
B. C word.
Wow. That's a good one.
But that's not the true story.
It's hey,
she's making it sound like I'm gonna go use my parents' electricity.
I'm rolling with it, and I love it. Congratulations.
I was angry. I knew you'd agree with her.
Yes. You told me Friday morning, you said, I can go suck up some of my parents. They got more money than I do. I'm going to suck up some of their energy.
That's not even
Maybe Mom will make me a sandwich.
No, I went to hang out with my parents is what I did. My dad invited me over because he wanted it. My dad was curious about it too. So we went over there and everything and did all that, So, but I shot back. Okay, let's blast my sister right now, folks. Get your popcorn ready. So my sister has cars that I've driven to my parents' house before, and the car's up on blocks. My dad's working on it outside and all of that stuff. My sister had a car that had so many problems with it that even the dealer was like, "We think we fixed it, bring it back," stuff like that. So to act like me and my EV troubles, which if I didn't have the time on Friday, I wouldn't have dealt with it. I just would have towed it to a dealership and let them deal with it, right? But I had time to work on it. And then I said other things with my dad and then all that stuff. But don't act like I'm the kid of the three of us that goes to my parents' house and mooches off of them. Sister.
Boy, it'd been an even better picture if you're like standing there eating some chips out of a bag.
I can go into more stuff on that. Don't act like I'm the one mooching off my parents. I was ready to leave to drive it home, and my dad was the one that was like, take the other car and just let it charge for a few more hours. Don't push it. And my sister acts like she puts out there to the Facebook world that I'm mooching off my parents because of the... No, it's bigger than that. I was troubleshooting it. It'd be no different, Dale, than you go out to your car right now and your car won't start. What do you do when that happens?
I'm going to try and jump it.
And if that doesn't work, you tow it to a dealer. So you tow it to a shop and have them look at it. I was just working on it myself to figure it out. And I was about to tow it. But I found a solution that worked. Boom, done. And my sister roasted me. I was pissed.
So tip your cap to her. She got you.
Kathleen's my sister.
Congratulations, Kathleen. You got to rise out of your little brother.
Yeah, I never did like you.
The older sister or younger?
6 years older, too.
Yeah, older sister. She's always been.
6 years old. Oh, I had a fun childhood tormenting her.
Oh, goodness.
Now it comes back this way. Yeah, that's not. And so I responded, and I was all, well, first of all, I was troubleshooting the car like I've done 1,000 times with gas cars over my life, too, and everything. So what's the big deal there? And then I did my little shot at the bottom. I said, well, now I know I have an issue with it, just like I've had with every other gas car at some point. Gas EV, and then here's my shot, Dale. We've all had car issues with either type of vehicle, and we've all taken that broken car to parents' house to be worked on. ... Don't give me crap because I stopped by and used 4 hours of electricity because my dad invited me over to do so.
Now your parents are probably going to have to close the CD, pay for the electric bill.
No, if they do, it's because my sister and her kids mooch off them so much.
Oh, see.
My 4 hours of electricity was a blessing that I only use that compared to what they do.
You got your feelings hurt.
Oh, I was pissed. I ran in the middle of the Rattlers game. I looked it out. I almost missed a couple because I charted the game. I almost missed a couple plays because I was fuming. Dale.
You got him.
Well, here's the other side of it. She said that's the story it's more to the story than that. But that's the story I told my dad. And she verbatim put him on Facebook, which means my dad threw me under the bus too, or on top of it. So me and Pops are having a conversation later on.
Yeah, I get it in before that electric bill comes to his house.
That's okay. My dad's taken 10 months to remodel one of the rental houses because he wants to work on it himself. He wants my nephews, my sister's kids, to fix up houses so they can know how to do basic stuff around the world,
Right.
handyman stuff. And 10 months later, I'm still waiting on them to finish it.
Oh, you're just throwing everybody in your
I am.
family under the bus.
You throw me into the bus, I will take you down with me. I will take you all down with me.
I love it.
Yeah, so there we go. I'm still angry about it. Still fuming. But Dale, enough of that fuming. Now
Yeah, you should probably take a break.
Now I'm even madder.
Cool yourself down a little bit. Come back and we can find out where we were wrong on sports again.
Robert says, thinking we need to get Steve's much more funny sister on the show. You won't like her.
Oh, I bet we will.
I've known her for my 49 years on this earth, Dale.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I already like her.
She's hard of hearing, so that'd be hard to do. Do you guys know sign language?
Wow, you're just out and everything.
Yeah, you out me on my car and give a false story to your internet friends. Yeah, I have a beef with that. Don't act like you've never had car problems in your life. People, don't act like you've never had car problems. Come on back, folks, to the main event. Not about it.
Way to go, Kat.
And we're back here. You know what? I'll get my sister on here, and I'll just quit. I'll just go home now. You can
Wow.
have her on here. That's all I'm gonna say. Other than that, Dale, how was your weekend? By the way, enough of my nonsense.
Well, played in that tournament.
Oh,
in
how'd you
Valley.
do?
You know, it was fascinating. So, you were playing the same four guys, but there were each 9 holes was a different type of competition.
Oh, so you do a horse race.
Yeah, I mean, well, one of them was three best balls of the 4 guys, and then 9 holes was two guys, scramble type, and another one best ball, and all the fun time, the scramble and the best ball, we actually won those 9 holes each day. And we finished so far behind in the best 3 out of 4 balls that didn't even matter. We were like, the first day we were dead last in the three best balls out of 4, and we were dead last by 5 strokes of the next worst team, not from the leaders, from the next worst team.
Who are you playing with?
We sucked. Well, it's blind draw. You have an A player, B player, C player.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
D
So
player.
it was a blind draw, but different levels of players. But
Yes.
So who was your A player?
Well, you're not going to know any of them.
My point is, it wasn't you.
No.
That was my.
Oh, you're trying to get a shot in on me?
Yeah, I was. That's
No,
what
I'm not the B player either,
That's
Steve.
what I was doing. Just getting that shot in there. A little
Yeah,
bit.
there you go. You take everybody down. I'm going to go to Facebook and get mad at you.
You applauded my sister, so here come the shots.
My new bestie.
He was like, you won't know him. I know I won't know him because it's not you. Anyway, I'm just kidding around with you. But
Yeah, so
good and bad.
It ended up being fun, tournament, and enjoyed it. So that was that.
Was it hot? I just never recovered, man. And then Saturday, the Rattlers game started at 2, so I got up in the morning and Ireland and her friend went shopping and did all that stuff. Then I had to go to this Easter Bunny thing in my neighborhood, kiss babies, shake hands, HOA president. I had to do all that.
Okay.
So I stopped by there and then went home and went to the Rattlers game. Got home at like 6, not too bad. Maybe 7 to stop for dinner. So not too bad. Not too bad of a Saturday. And then yesterday, man, just was worn out all day. Like I said, that's why the heat affected me on Friday. So you golfed for Friday and Saturday in that. So you okay? You surviving?
I very rarely golf back to back, but you know what? My body felt pretty good. We did. Actually, for the first time in a while, we didn't lose a guy, but got passed out on 17.
What? He went to the pass out level? Like at no point he went, guys, I'm just going to.
No, that's why we all got in afterwards and talking to the group he was with. And like, did he show any signs? Yeah. Was he?
Usually somebody's like wobbling. Or
or
you guys go ahead.
Or hey, Steve, right? I'm feeling like crap. Or hey, a warning sign. They said, no, he was standing on the green.
Oh, my God.
And they're all getting ready to putt. And all of a sudden they hear a thud. And he just fell backwards.
Can you imagine? First of all, is he okay?
He's okay.
Hold on. I have to ask that first because, oh, my God, filling in that divot when he fell has to be horrible.
Wow.
Okay. That's why I had to ask if he was okay before I said that joke.
Yes.
All right.
He's okay, but he actually broke a rib when he fell.
Oh, okay. Now I take it back.
But so yes, I think some people thought it was hot.
Well, but even if it's 100 degrees in that sun, if you're not drinking enough water,
right?
That was my problem. I took one thing of bottled water with me
to go charge your EV.
No, to drive. To drive with no AC on and windows down, and it was hot, man. I was sweating. It was hot, and all that. And you're not used to it yet. That's the bigger thing.
Right.
We're not used. Come July, you're used to it. It doesn't affect you the same as it does right now and stuff. So, and all that. So, holy cow, guy fell down.
So that was some excitement.
Yeah. Hey, I want to bring up one thing here before we talk Diamondbacks. I just want to point out, for no particular reason, no particular reason, the Golden Knights, the Vegas Golden Knights of the NHL.
Yes.
Hired a coach in 2022.
Yep.
Took them to the finals. Team struggling this year. We are 9 games from the NHL playoffs beginning. No particular reason, Dale. The Golden Knights fired Bruce Cassidy yesterday. Fifth best record over his time frame coaching, 178, 99, and 43. 24 playoff wins, 2 Pacific Division titles, 1 Stanley Cup, his first year there as well. And they're struggling this year. They're going to make the playoffs, but they've been struggling. And the Vegas Knights yesterday, for no particular reason, I'm bringing this up before we talk Diamondbacks. They fire him, hire a guy that's been known in short spurts to have a very successful coaching career in Tortorella, who he'll grind you down. If you hire him long term, he will grind your players down to where they hate being there. But they hired a guy that's going to get this team woken up over the next 9 games and into the playoffs. I'm bringing that up for no particular reason. Now let's talk Diamondbacks.
Hold on. Finish your thought.
My point.
I understand where you go with the Diamondbacks, but we can hold off for a second.
No. My point is that you can make manager changes with 9 games left.
I understand that. But what I wanted to know, you're a Vegas Knights fan.
Yeah.
Tortorella. What happens if he goes there and screws around and they go to the Western Conference Championship?
I was reading late last night. Jesse Granger does a great job. He's a beat writer there. He does a great job following the Knights in Vegas.
Yeah.
He was only hired for these 9 games and whatever the playoffs are. they'll talk again after they see what he does. So if he goes in there and it's the same
Screws
or he
around.
sucks,
Yeah.
he ain't coming back.
No, but if screws around, goes to the Western Conference
Then
Finals.
they can bring him back. He's really good. He's one of those old school coaches where he'll get players working well, physicality picks up, all that in year 1, year 2, and then it's like everybody hates him year 3,
Yeah.
and then it goes downhill quickly.
Yeah.
He's one of those coaches.
Yeah.
He'll get you playing well at the beginning. He's got a shelf life.
Yes.
He's got a very quick shelf life thing. So, but my only point is, my point is some teams that want to win, which the Knights have ownership that they want to win. Period.
Okay.
They don't always win a championship, but they're not afraid to make changes when they see something not working and they think they can improve it. We just don't have that around here with ASU, with Bobby Hurley, and with thing. It's just the reason why I brought it up in all seriousness. One, it's refreshing to see a team. This might backfire on the Knights. They might be out in the first. You don't know what they would have done with Bruce Cassidy, but they're trying to improve their team for a playoff run. Now it's an extreme change. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But then I sit back, Dale, yesterday, because there's no D-backs game on. I'm sitting back yesterday because I didn't see the game on Saturday. I had to go back and rewatch it. And I'm sitting there going, we're seeing the exact same thing with this Diamondbacks team we've seen the last 3 years. And it's 3 games, I get it. I'm not saying fire Torrey right now. But what I'm saying is, show me what's different about what this team just did for the first 3 games that was different than them missing out on the playoffs last year and missing out on the playoffs the year before. It's the exact same thing again in 3 games.
I refuse to go down that rabbit hole and evaluating this team after 3 games against the Dodgers. Give me the first 10 games, and then I'll give you.
I'm the one that said I don't care what their record is in the first month. Their first month is so difficult.
Yeah.
I don't think you can judge them in the first month.
You see some bright spots, you see some question marks.
Yes.
And
but in terms of, I'd like to see what this team can do with an aggressive manager, is what I'm getting at. That's where I get frustrated. And it's not going to improve. Torrey's not going to turn into an aggressive manager overnight. This is what we're going to have. And I just find it frustrating. Like you said, it's 3 games in. The problem is you can extrapolate it out to the last 2 seasons the same way. And that's what I'm joking. I don't want Torrey fired now. It's 3 games into the season. I just thought it'd be funny to bring up the Knights making a change.
Well, maybe what you do is you let the baseball season go a little bit. The Tortorella will be done in Vegas, and the Diamondbacks can bring him here. I just saw this, and I know it's a little bit off your topic.
That's right. Give it to us.
But there's this article about a huge UConn fan. As the basket went in through the 3-pointer to send them to the Final Four,
we're going to talk about that coming up. That
most unlikeliest of games.
That was a better ending to the game than Christian Laettner hitting that shot.
I'm not going to really argue with you.
That was better than anything we've seen in our life, including Christian Laettner's shot.
It was unbelievable. But this UConn fan was celebrating. He tore his Achilles tendon celebrating.
Seriously?
Yeah.
In the stands or was it his house?
No, at his house.
Oh, okay, goddamn.
At his house. And so he had to be taken to the ER. They did emergency surgery and all that, and they were talking to him after
tore it off the
surgery. And they asked him, he said, so you're going to have about 6 to 9 months of rehab. Was it worth it? He goes, hell yes, it was.
Well, how's he going to celebrate the championship?
Well, how about this?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's holding him down.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I did see, okay, I know where the Hurleys get their foul mouths from. Did you see that?
No.
The shot goes in, and a camera feed zooms in on the Hurleys' mom and dad.
Yeah.
And the mom goes, holy just F-bomb and then the
Yeah,
F-word.
yeah.
And I get it. In that moment, I get it. Because even I was like, holy hell just happened.
Right.
And, but I get it. But I was trying to have, my first thought was, yeah, I see where this is going. From mom.
Yeah. Sometimes from grandma.
Dad's probably like, yeah, oh my goodness. Shucky darn, that was so great of a play. And mom's over there getting beeped out left and right in the stands. But it's pretty funny. But really, I've never been that excited. As exciting as that shot going in was,
Right.
I don't think I've ever been excited. Cardinals, Larry scoring on the touchdown. We were jumping around and but I don't think I was getting like crazy
Right.
to where I had to go to the hospital. Embarrassing.
Yes.
You caught better when that was okay. I dare I say this? That was just to go to the Final Four.
That's a big thing, Steve.
Yeah, but
I know you get to
a
the Final
championship
Four.
I can understand.
No,
get
you
blown out,
talk about
you get blown out by 20 next game, and it doesn't matter.
yeah, you made it to the Final Four. That goes down on your resume.
Final
Fours.
Yeah, Final Four.
Elite Eights, you're kind of pushing that. That's like ASU say we made the tournament, we're playing in Dayton. No, not really.
Always got to get a shot. Robert says, after watching the Channel 12 interview with Torrey and Hazen, I don't think Torrey's going anywhere. It would have to be a 2-for deal. Oh, no, we've said that all along, Robert. Unless the owner of the team tells Hazen they're not, Torrey's going nowhere unless it comes from the owner to the GM. The GM will not make that decision by himself. We've known that. We've known that for
right.
2, 3, 4 years now, type of a thing. Like I said, it's 3 games into the season. I'm not advocating Torey Lovullo should be fired. What I'm saying is, and I said it last year, the Diamondbacks from the GM. Now, how high does it go? I would argue it goes all the way to the top because they're not willing to make changes. Yeah, they make certain changes, smaller changes, but they are 100% fine with the way that this team doesn't show urgency and doesn't play. You could see it on the field, Dale. Dodgers, no, they're just waiting for the playoffs to show up.
Yes.
They're just going to middle through this regular season because they know they're going to make the playoffs and they know they're going to go on a run. And the Dodgers look like they had more urgency than the Diamondbacks did.
Well, again,
where's the energy? I only bring that up because Vegas changed coaches 9 games till the end of the season, folks, with the hope to improve their team. Just saying. Do what you want with that. Yeah. Your overall thoughts on the Diamondbacks before their home opener today against Verlander and the Tigers?
As I said, I think if you went through it, you could find 3 or 4 positives, 4 or 5 negatives.
Were you happy with the bullpen overall pitched well in the Dodgers series?
They had like 2 innings that were
and they
poor.
were bad. They were bad.
Yes.
Those 2 innings were bad. They pitched fairly well.
Yeah.
Is that going to hold up all season? No.
Well, they don't play the Dodgers all season.
That's the other side of it. Look, the Tigers are expected to. I have the Tigers winning that division.
Yeah.
They're going right back into another division-winning potential team today.
Right, and that's why I said I'm going to wait through at least 10 days before I have an opinion.
I'm going to let the whole first month. Now, if they're 2 and whatever in the first month, I'm going to obviously be like, oh yeah, this isn't good. But I think they're going to keep. They're going to paddle a little bit. They're not going to go 0 for every series. But I'll put it this way: if you want to make the playoffs and be a playoff team, these are the teams you will be playing in the playoffs.
Yes.
You should be able to compete with them. Did the Diamondback the second game? Well, Rodriguez pitched well. They've got to give him props. There was a lot of concern that he was going to struggle coming off the WBC. He pitched well. I almost said, who's the guy that pitched the other day, the second game? The guy that they always send out of the bullpen. Oh my God,
Ryan Nelson.
Ryan Nelson. He pitched well. The bullpen's what let him down. They should have won that second game. If you want to, you can nitpick Torrey in that second game. They should have won that. Like you said, it's still early in the season. But no, it'll be interesting to see. This team, the other thing that does scare me about this team, and I get it, it's the Dodgers. I get it. I told you bats were going to struggle at times.
Right.
I don't like the bats after 3 games. The reason why I don't like what they did in the first 3 games, you go into the game tonight against the Tigers, you're pressing at the plate now after 3 games.
Oh, I don't think they're pressing. No,
You can go into this going, we got to start hitting here. We haven't hit anything in the first 3 games. And then you're trying too hard. You know, there's a baseball. You try harder, you suck worse. It's a danger, Dale. I'm telling you.
Well, you're just looking forward to being miserable for 162 more days, aren't you? Jeez.
It's the Dodgers.
Apologize, Kathleen. He's going to be in a bad mood for the summer now because you took a shot at him. You got him good.
No, I just remember next time her car breaks down.
Wow. No,
Yeah.
see, you be the mature one, Steve. Just
No.
take it like a man.
I'm not. Who
Take it on the chin and move on.
do you know me at all? Mature one. What?
Turn the other cheek.
Okay. I do not bleed my own blood.
No.
So we'll see what they do tonight. But I mean, so you're not worried at all? I'm not either. I mean, it's like I said, it's the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I expect the Diamondbacks to struggle against the Dodgers all year long. I do.
And again, I saw enough small positives that against mere mortal teams, I think you'll see more.
The backs, yeah, I mean, there's enough talent on this team that they might do really well against the Tigers, actually, here these next 3 games. In terms of hitting, the hitting will come up. A lot of teams are going to struggle against the Dodgers in hitting. Period.
Yes.
Period. End of story. So, yeah, I agree with you. I did like Rodriguez, though, and Nelson. They look good. Like it. I'll see what Soroka does tonight against Old Man Verlander.
Opening day, you going to be in the stand, Steve, with
I
your
will not.
signs and
I will not. It's 7:10 p.m.
yeah. Is this 7:10?
It's home opener, Dale.
I mean, there's going to be about 55,000 people there.
You think that many? Okay.
Well, it is a Monday.
Okay, this is my point. I've already complained about the beginning schedule here. For what are you doing, Major League Baseball? What are you doing? It was weird yesterday, not having to watch the Diamond. I had to watch other baseball games yesterday. Thank God the NCAA tournament was on. Well, except for Michigan out blowing out Tennessee. That was a snoozer. Hey, thanks, volunteers. God, volunteer to not show up next time and get somebody else in there, would you? Sheesh. It's terrible. But it's just weird. And then home opener on a Monday? Oh, okay. Home opener on a Monday with a non-traditional rival? When was the last time we played the Tigers?
Yeah, but that should be exciting, shouldn't it?
Why?
A good team from the other
No,
division?
you open up against the Padres or the Dodgers, Colorado, like homecoming, Colorado. Get the bad team in here. The Giants. Just at least a team in your conference, right?
No, you'd rather open up against Colorado?
Oh, absolutely. Maybe you'll get a win.
What drunken sailor have you been hanging
My
out
point
with?
is, unless you're a Detroit fan, are you waking up today going, "Oh, I can't wait for this"?
No, but you know they're a good team.
They are. They're going to be a good team.
And you're going for the opening day festivities. Who's throwing out the first pitch, Steve?
I could care less. You want to see all the bunting around the stadium that says opening day instead of home opener for or opening day for Chase Field?
You and your kind.
Overall, I gave stats on Friday on the ABS system, Dale, as well. I did see over the weekend older umpires had a larger turnover rate than younger umpires did, which a lot of people attributed that to your reaction time and stuff, your vision, etc. Your reaction time goes away as you get older. I put it more to the side of older umpires have been umpiring for a lot of years with no controls where they could make the rules up and expand the strike zone and stuff like that.
Or shrink it.
Or shrink it. They got used to making their own rules out there. And they're struggling to go back to the way baseball should be. younger umpires have come up through minor leagues, which has had the ABS the last several years and stuff like that. So they're coming in with a more traditional umpiring perspective. That's how I read it. I know a lot of people were saying older guys just can't compete with these young players, but it's pitches. The ball's coming in. You see if it goes over the plate or not, right? And stuff like that. But I think other than the pitch clock, the ABS system in Major League Baseball is a game changer. These two things are going to turn this sport around and make people. Did you see the celebration by the fans when CB Buckner was overturned twice with Suarez at the plate?
Yeah.
The fans were 40,000 people loudly cheering. He had 8 challenges, by the way, that whole weekend. The crowd, this is going to reinvigorate the game like the pitch clock did. This is fantastic. They nailed it with this ABS. This is going to change things. It's fantastic. Baseball did something good.
I did read a couple articles where they're going to have to come up with some strategies because I guess a couple teams ran out of challenges early.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the one. They ended up losing the game, but they did. I want to see that happen. I want to see them lose on a challengeable call. They were kind of out of it, so it didn't matter. But I want to see a bad strike 3 in the 9th inning with bases loaded or something, or man in running position.
I did see the one where the player thought it was ball 4. He started walking to or going first base, taking stuff off.
He challenged it and then walked. Yeah, don't show up the umps, man. They're already mad you're challenging it.
Right.
Don't be showing them up by walking to. Even though you know it's a ball, do not start walking up there. I saw that too.
I can see you, Steve. They'll take your stuff off. Go, nee.
Well, okay. This came up. One, I don't remember who it was, but I did see it. I didn't watch every game this weekend, obviously, but I did see one where the batter challenged it, and the ball went across the plate. I think he called it a strike, and the batter goes, "No effing way." He goes, "There's going to be some." I did see a manager get ejected yesterday because he thought they challenged the ball. He thinks they challenged the call too late, so he got ejected because he was arguing that. And then, but there's going to be a batter or somebody or a catcher that's going to say the wrong thing and then piss an umpire off, and then they're going to get tossed. An umpire's just going to toss somebody early.
Again, it's opening week, first time you've done that, and, well, it'll all settle down.
I'm just saying, the first weekend of games, Major League Baseball got this right. This is going to fundamentally change the game to where you're going to get fans back involved in it.
See, it's a lot like your EV. The first weekend you got it, you were so happy with it, and since then there's been a lot of hiccups.
I wasn't because I didn't have my home charger yet. So that was when I was going out at 3 in the morning to get cheap electricity to charge it, and I hated it.
Lots of hiccups in the new system.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, when we come back, we still have Suns talk, which I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm ready for the playoffs. I don't even care what happens in the NBA for the next 8 games or whatever it is. But we'll talk Suns. We got to talk Toronto. We got to talk West standings, Brooks, Williams, and college basketball as well, and NFL news. Yeah, we're going to have so much fun. Come on, man. Main events. Second hour main event here on this Monday. Dale, I'm subdued, Steve, today. That's what I'm doing. I'm just being subdued today on this Monday. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, 17-year NFL veteran. Dale Hellestrae, to my right on the screen. Appreciate you joining us. Hey, before we get into basketball talk and everything, really quick. Last time the D-backs opened the season 0-3, Dale, 2021. They went 52 and 110 in that season. Here we go.
You're taking the over or under this year?
I already took the over.
Yeah.
79.5. I think they're gonna have 82 wins, is what I said. Yep. Only 4 D-backs teams have started a season 0-3 or worse. To be honest with you, this over might not be over yet. We'll have to see. But 2014, they finished 64-98. 1999, they finished 162. They actually started 0-4 that year in 99, folks. 98, they started 0-5. They were 65-97 that year for them. So only one winning season starting 0-3, Dale, for your D-backs.
Yeah, those were that was then. This is now, Steve. New season, new year, new pitch. Let's go.
But everything else is the same. Robert says, you can sure tell what Major League Baseball thinks of the D-backs having the home opener on a Monday. He said, and I think you're right on this, Robert, but I don't remember top of my head. But he said, I think KC's the only other team doing that. He goes, can you imagine the Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, or Cubs doing that? Monday night on a school night, no less. It's going to be overwhelming. There's going to be a crowd tonight because Detroit fans are everywhere in this valley. So a lot of Detroit fans are going to show up to this.
You really think so?
They are. They're everywhere. I know a bunch of them. They're so excited for Detroit being in town. Look, when you're from Detroit and you escaped Detroit, for some reason you celebrate their teams at your new place of living. That's weird, right?
Well, when they're good, Steve.
Let's just say.
I don't know. 20 years ago, I'm not sure if you're actually cheering for the Lions.
Well, Detroit fans were cheering for the Lions. They've always had people. Tigers. I mean, when was the last time Tigers were really good? Was that Sparky Anderson days back in the day?
Probably. Jack Morris.
Jack Morris. We put last time Detroit Tigers
were good.
We're just gonna put that in.
Last year.
Well, that's the problem. They were last majorly dominant from 2011 to 2014. 2012 World Series. Yep. And then they sucked after that. So 12 years.
Okay.
12 years now it's been. That's a generation. There's a whole group of kids that weren't around then.
Yeah, well, what do you call 25 years?
I don't know what you're talking about, Dale. What are you talking about? They went to the World Series 3 years ago, as you like to always point out. But, yeah, so there's D-backs. Enough of that. Hey, ref update for you. Dale, are you training right now to be an NFL ref?
Ooh. You know what? The NFL, they don't screw around.
They're sending a very strong message.
Well, did you see what the referees are asking?
Yes.
They're asking for a bigger raise percentage-wise.
They want to make as much percentage-wise Major League Baseball and NBA referees. What's the problem with that, Dale?
No, they want to make more.
They do, but let's just say it's the same. Doesn't matter. What's the difference between a Major League Baseball umpire, NBA ref, and NFL?
16 versus 82 versus 162.
But not even that. Full-time refs and part-time refs. NFL refs are part-time refs.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are lawyers or they have nice jobs.
But that's beside the point. They want full-time money.
Yeah.
NFL has floated that some of the refs become full-time referees. Not all of them at the beginning. They wanted to start small and then grilled it up. And the PA's like, nope. We're not getting full-time refs, but we want to be paid like these other guys with full-time refs. Yeah. So forget about the games for a minute. That's why it's percentage of it.
Right.
but they're not even going to be full-time refs, and they want that kind of money. What? This is the refs are doing something very dangerous right now that might backfire on them. The NFL, if you don't know, they've already started hiring Division 1, 2, and 3 college refs to fill in coming up in the fall.
Yep.
Now, the contract expires May 31st. Starting June 1st, the replacement refs that they hire will start being around teams and being studying and learning the rules and doing stuff and preparing for the season. That doesn't happen for regular NFL refs. There's a blackout period where you don't even talk to an NFL ref. They're not allowed to be talked to. They'll be left alone. They even want to expand that to be even longer in the offseason where they can't be involved. Just what refs need, less reps out there. Right, Dale? That's going to work out better than what we're seeing now when they're out there less. But what they're also doing, they're creating an environment where the eye in the sky, if these replacement refs have to ref this year, they'll be allowed to make the calls on the field, but there will be somebody up top telling them what to call. If that gets implemented with replacement reps, that's the start of an ABS type system for NFL referees, where they're going to start being told what to call from people someplace else. Take it out of their hands. And I think the NFL referees are playing a dangerous game right now, because if that gets in there, and Dale, here's the problem: if it works, if you start seeing referee calls improve with the guys on the field getting help, you're going to start seeing more help for NFL referees. And then what is going to happen next, Dale? Robots and things like that is what I'm getting at. Just like Major League Baseball umpires are experiencing right now. It's a dangerous game the NFL referees are playing. All for that extra money, more dark period. Basically, we want more money to work less.
It's going to be fascinating. They went through one of these before, right? Like 2012.
2012, yeah. And that was the one. It was terrible, too. Those refs were awful. That's why they're implementing the help system for the referees. But famously, I think it was in Seattle, famously one ref called it a touchdown. The other refs they're right next to each other in the end zone. After that, refs were back out there again. The deal was solved and stuff like that. So they're just playing a dangerous game right now moving forward, because there's a lot of they want more responsibility on the refs, meaning more accountability for the refs too. The NFL does. And this is what I don't get. The NFL is fighting back on full-time referees, and they're fighting back on more accountability. That's never a good sign when you're fighting against that stuff.
So it's a part-time job.
Yep.
And just so people understand, obviously they watch film during the week in the evenings or whatever.
During the season, that's their main job.
And they'll fly out Saturday morning.
Yeah. But during the week, they're doing stuff around the NFL, like you said, watching film, going to other stuff.
You're doing a Sunday game. You fly out Saturday morning. You stay at a nice hotel. You guys are kind of sequential. You maybe go to dinner, then you have breakfast in the morning, go to the stadium. You fly out immediately after the game. So you're gone for the weekend. The average official made $385,000 last year
as a part-time referee,
and the league has offered basically a 7% raise.
And they want the equivalent of Major League Baseball and NBA, which make more because more games, but also full-time referees, stuff like that.
Right.
They also, from what I was reading, the NFL referees, like I said, they want less accountability, more dark window, more pay. They're already saying no full-time. The NFL wants a few part-time refs. Like I would say, if you're the head umpires at a minimum should be full-time referees. Only reason I say that is because they're in charge of the crew. So you're getting your crew ready throughout the week and preparing it for it and stuff to that effect.
The whole thing that I've always resisted full-time NFL officials is the only way you get better is by officiating live action.
Yes.
You can watch all the film you want, slow motion, run it back, slow it down to little pitter-patters. But that's not what you're calling on Sundays. You're calling full
Yes.
speed.
Yeah, because they go to training camp.
With crowds and with flying bodies and all those things. You're not sitting in a
Flying
dark
bottles
room.
or batteries if you're in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. But no, that's what I'm saying. The head referee, because they're responsible for the whole crew, so you can kind of work to that side. The other thing they're fighting is it's based off of senior system right now for the playoffs and stuff.
Seniority.
Yeah, and so the NFL wants to make it more of a how good you are to get to those positions. And the NFLs are like, nope, we don't want that accountability to go to the play. They do the team, the best line judge goes to the playoffs, the best back judge. So then all of a sudden you're working with different teams. That's where they called games one way during the regular season, but the head ref here calls it a different game. That's where you get some of that mismatches and stuff like that. But I firmly believe we're headed to replacement referees coming up. It's not going to get solved. I firmly believe it's coming.
Well, to me, it does not look at all like the NFL's like trying to lowball them.
No, that's where I'm getting at. There's a greed coming from the NFL officials that's, in my eyes, is kind of disgusting.
And why, as a players' union, would you not want merit-based pay? The people who grade the highest get to do playoffs.
They fight it left and right because you got to protect the crappiest union member, just like you got to protect the same as the best union member. That's why they do it. It's amazing to me. The things they're fighting for, in my eyes,
Right.
are the things you shouldn't be. Fight for more pay. You know what? You get a full-time referees. Guess what's going to happen? Higher pay, folks.
Right.
Oh, okay, we'll go full-time referee, but we're expecting this payment amount for it. You can't live off $300,000.
It's basically $400. That's the average.
Yeah. He's a big-time attorney. He can't afford to drop down to $300,000. He makes $1 million a year as an attorney, ripping off his clients.
It's part-time job pay.
It's going to be fascinating to see where we are, but the NFL announcing they're hiring replacement refs now, the eye in the sky type thing. Robert also asked, is the eye in the sky going to be at the stadium or will they have work from home refs? I believe I was reading that they're going to be in the stadium to help them out. On the sideline, up in a booth as well. So basically, if they see something, they'll be like I've always said, it's really easy. There was pass interference there. I don't know what you were looking at. Throw your flag, Tiger. They'll do less than that, but that's how I would phrase it.
Right.
And then somebody throws their flag. Or you threw your flag. I said, that guy was nowhere near. Pick your flag up. And then you go, okay, I picked the flag up. That's what it's going to be to help them out. And if it works out, why pay the NFL? Why do you have to pay the NFL ref so much if you can have an eye in the sky guy?
Well,
guy feeding the rest.
But what the officials are banking on is 2012, and there's some debacles.
Well, no, the NFL. That's why I think we're going to see replacement refs. Is because what you learned last time was replacement refs at the NFL level struggled last time.
Right.
And the NFL refs aren't going to sign a deal. They're gonna pull the Emmitt Smith, as well I'll call it, where Emmitt and Jerry, neither one of them blinked. And Emmitt was saying the Cowboys are going to start 0-2, and Jerry was saying we're going to start 2-0, and I'm going to win this thing. And they went 0-2, and Emmitt won it. They're going to go into the season with the hope of NFL's going to hope these replacement refs look really good and don't cause any problems. Then they'll have to cave, and the referees on strike are going to go into it going, oh, I hope these guys miss every call out there because then they're going to come crawling back to us.
Well,
that's why I think we're going to go into the season.
And the other thing the article says is the NFL feels they made a mistake because they didn't start accumulating and training replacement officials till late July.
Last time.
Yeah,
and they had no help for them or anything. It was just like, hey, go out there. You would think if you took this is going to affect college as well, but if you take a Division II ref, if you take the best Division II refs and put them in the NFL, folks, there's a learning curve.
Yeah.
They're not going to just step in and be like the best in the NFL. There's a giant learning difference, speed, talent, rules, but all of that. So there's always going to be a letdown. That's why rookie refs tend to struggle a little bit more, is they've got to figure it out going into it and stuff. So just keep your eye on it. Yeah, Dale, Robert asked, is it the referees union and not the players union? Yeah, you did say players union before. He meant referees union.
Yeah.
As well. Two separate unions, apparently very similar in terms of attitude and what they asked for.
Yeah, but it seems like the end of every other union's better than the players union.
Yeah. Let's get into basketball here. Suns win over the Jazz, dominating game. Figured it would be. It should have been a dominating game. It was. I don't care what happens over the next 8 games. I don't. Now it's playoff basketball time, Dale. Now when Brooks comes back, he's out tonight, definitely. When he comes back later on this week, they're playing 5-on-5 now. Here, Brooks and Williams are playing 5-on-5, which is the last step to coming back. When they come back, I'll pay attention because I want to see that chemistry. But I just don't care about NBA basketball right now because all the spots are taken. Now it's just there's some seating issues that could still happen. Like throw up the West standings, if you will, for me, Kobe. Right now, I mean the Suns are 2.5 games above the Clippers. There's a chance the Clippers can pass them and they'll be the 8th seed.
Yes.
So you'll pay attention to that, but they're in the playoffs. 7, 8 seed. Yes, you'll lose the home game, I believe, right? If they're the 8th seed.
Yes.
So you want to keep that. But other than that, it's just NBA basketball is just going to be boring for the next 7 years, except for that. And there's nothing you could do about it, so you can't get all drama-filled about it.
There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, you can. You win some games.
But I mean, in terms of like a fan, Suns want to go on a losing streak and the Clippers don't. Nothing I can do about it. They're in the playoff. They're in the play-in game. Let's go, baby. Let's do it.
Well, they definitely are in the play-in game, but you want to make it so that you can win one game and you'll be in the 6th seed.
I don't disagree. But I'm not going to lose my mind over the next 7
I mean,
games.
7th seed.
I'm just ready for the playoffs. That's all my point is. So much so, the NBA has become a blowout league right now this last week. Because at least in the West, everything is taken. There's no intrigue anymore. Guys are eliminated, so they're going to start. Like, they got Memphis tonight. Well, Memphis was eliminated at the end of last week. Are there injured guys going to be sitting? Are they going to play hard because they don't care? That's what we're dealing with right now. Like, even Luka's like, I'm going to take my 1-game suspension because we got Washington, either tonight or tomorrow night. I don't remember when they play.
Right.
It's just we're going to start resting guys here and stuff to that effect on the NBA side. Coming up on Memphis tonight, 5 p.m. Dylan Brooks is definitely out, but they say this week now because he is playing 5-on-5.
Yeah.
And then Williams is going to be back shortly after him coming up as well. But did you see this? The Raptors beat the Magic by 52 points yesterday. The Suns have the Magic next after Memphis tonight. Yeah. Orlando's largest loss in franchise history. Toronto's second largest win. They won by 53 points against Golden State back in 2021. And the big thing about this game is the Raptors went on a 31-0 scoring run against
I did see that.
They were calling timeouts. They were fouling. They were trying everything they could in this game. In Toronto, 31-0. The largest unanswered run in 30 years for the Raptors yesterday as well. And the Magic are a playoff team, folks.
They are.
This is why you're going to find it hard for me to care about what happens over the next 7 games. The NBA's given up. The NBA players, the NBA teams, they've given up. These next 7 games is let's just get to the playoffs type of an attitude. So if they don't care, why do we care? There have been 81 games this season in the NBA decided by 30 or more points, Dale. 81 games. It's a new NBA single season record. Last year set the record at 80 30-plus point wins last year. 81 this year.
Well, it'll be interesting to keep a little look-see at the top of the Western Conference. Ever so quietly, after 8 wins in a row, San Antonio is only 2.5 games out of first place.
Yes.
And if they would overtake Oklahoma City for first place...
Oh, the Suns of the 7. That's where you fight for the 8 seed.
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're like, we're the 8 seed.
Oh, goodness.
No, I mean, forget about that. I mean, Luka has to sit out a game because he got his 16th technical. But Nuggets have won 6 in a row now. They've
Right.
woken up on top of it. Houston Rockets have won 2. Minnesota's back to losing again here as well. I mean, there's stuff to watch. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just ready for the playoffs.
I'm not going to disagree with you there, but Suns still have something to play for.
No, they do. And well, here's the other side of it. They have a pretty weak schedule here for a little bit. They should be getting guys back, doing what they did against the Jazz, and continue that going until, of course, the end of the season when they have a couple hard games. But Thunder might not be able to rest people in that final game. That's issue number 2 coming up here.
Well, most of your guys have had plenty of rest this year. Huh? How about them apples?
Could you imagine the last game of the year?
Yeah.
Where Jordan Knott's like, we're going to sit Brooks and a Williams. They need some rest.
Yeah, their legs a little tired.
There's your NBA update for you. Tonight, Memphis, 5 p.m. Memphis game. And by the way, the Magic are the 8th seed over there in the East, and they just got blown out by 50-something points in a game. Yikes. Brutal out there. Now, Dale, when we come back here, we got to get into this NCAA tournament. Is this not the greatest Sweet 16 we've seen in a long time?
Well, what'd you have?
Except for
One
Michigan.
blowout?
Except for Michigan. Yeah. They were otherwise very, very, very competitive
Yeah.
games. You get these mid-majors out of this tournament early, and it becomes a good tournament.
Wow.
Come on back, folks. Let's get into it. Main event. And we're back here, main events. I'm making it through the day, Dale. My voice sound better, worse? Maybe? It's feeling worse right now. It's hitting its limit here today.
It's a lot of talking. I already did them. How was stock market this morning?
Up.
Good.
But oil was creeping up again.
Yeah.
Okay. This morning I went to Chick-fil-A at 44th and Indian School, 44th Street.
Much better part of town.
Huh?
Much better part of town.
Here we go.
Better employees, probably.
So I'm driving up there. $4.99 at the Quick Trip at Oak and 44th. There's a couple other gas stations, $4.99, $4.99. There's a Circle K between Thomas and Indian School that was $5.10.
Really?
Yeah. People were getting gas. And I'm like, guys, $4.99 all around you. I hate to be that guy. But I'm like, there's $4.99 all around you. What are you filling up for 12 cents more expensive?
What's a dime?
But it adds up. Okay, I had to fill up. Me and Ethan, we went and got his car washed yesterday and got him gas and everything because he needed it. And I got $1 off at Fry's because of the grocery stuff.
Right?
So it's $3.59 is what we filled up at. $48 for his 12-gallon tank. That was basically empty. $48 for a 12-gallon tank in a hybrid. And he goes, "Oh, that's not that much." He goes, about $20 more than it normally is. And I go, yeah, well, gas is double what it used to be, so that's probably about right.
Right.
And then he goes, that's not too bad, 48. And I go, if you didn't have that dollar off, you'd be at 65. I go, second of all, you need to pay for your own gas moving forward.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, yeah, and look at that, Dad. It gets filled up, and I can drive for a long time. I don't have to worry about
He doesn't drive that much. That'll last him a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Right.
With school and all that stuff. So he doesn't drive it. He doesn't drive far. He drives a lot, but 7-10 mile windows with his car. And he gets 40 miles per gallon, 45. I got in there though. I had to drive it on Friday because obviously my car was whatever. So I drive it on Friday. And when I used to drive that thing, my average miles per gallon was like 40. It was like 51 or something like that. His was like 42. So I'm like, stop accelerating so fast. You're the average. Final Four set, Dale.
It is. Are you? And do you remember your Final Four?
Well, it wasn't Michigan. I know that. I think I want to say it was Iowa State. Yeah, I left the brackets at home. I look for them.
Yeah. You always seem to lose them
when I'm losing.
Yeah,
I did have Duke losing to UConn, so that shocked me. I had Arizona advancing, but obviously I had Florida and not Michigan in the bottom two brackets there. You have three remaining still, so let's tell you would win that because if you get three Final Fours and the other guy only gets two,
yeah,
you're usually winning that.
Well, I had UConn beating Duke, which I told you that way back when.
I was
that
telling
was
everybody Duke ain't making it, baby.
That was way done before.
The team that surprises me the most, and they're a really good team. Don't get me wrong. To me, this Michigan Arizona game coming up in the Final Four is the championship game.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily you sleep on UConn, for instance, but to me, if this was the championship game, this would be just an unbelievable championship game. I like Michigan a lot. I just thought with Iowa State and Texas Tech on that side, there'd be some struggles there and they'd beat them. The way Michigan has looked in this tournament, Arizona's got their hands full. This is going to be a fantastic game coming up. This weekend on Saturday night. So I'm excited about that game as well. Like I said, that should be the national championship game. I do believe the winner of that gets the championship as well. Come on Monday night. Don't forget, by the way, women's Final Four in town this week as well. So that's good. UConn barely survived. You see that? Their women's team even struggled a little bit.
Yeah, what 12-point win?
Yeah. Not the 30.
Nip and tuck, fingernail biting.
Come on, that's funny. Okay, I thought overall fantastic games this weekend. For the 16 and the 8, I thought that's the other side about the NBA that I'm looking at too. I don't think there was one NBA game that I would have sat down and watched, because I didn't, over any of the NCAA teams. Maybe Michigan, Tennessee. I would have rather watched Toronto beat the Magic in that situation.
Right.
But the college basketball is at such a high level right now. Just more fun than this end of the season NBA tournament. End of the season NBA run, I should say. Which is kind of where it leads me to, I'm just ready for the playoffs. Because college there's no game in the next 7 games that I'm looking forward more to than Michigan, Arizona coming up in the NBA. There's not a game in the NBA schedule that I would sell everything and stop everything and get fired from something. I can't make that. I have to watch this basketball game. Isn't that interesting, though? There's more college basketball right now. It's just out dueling their NBA counterparts in terms of what there is to watch. I find that interesting.
A lot more competitive games, and obviously you can tell the difference in enthusiasm, the difference in effort, the difference in importance.
UConn was down by 15. Let's not pretend like that was a barn burner of a game from tip-off to the end.
No.
It ended up being the best thing.
But in the NBA, that 15 would have been a 30.
Yeah, 30-0 run.
Yes.
31-0 run by Toronto.
Yes.
As well. Okay, so here's some stats for you guys out there as well. UConn's the guy that hit the game-winning shot was Mullins. I think it's Braylon. Sorry, Mr. Mullins, I forgot your name. It was the deepest game-winning three ever hit in the final seconds of an NCAA tournament game for a team trailing by 2. And if you don't know, he was basically at the logo, the bottom edge of the
Yeah.
logo when he hit it.
Now, it's a big logo.
It is. It's not. He's not at the center line.
No.
But he was what 5-6 feet back
Behind,
from
behind the
three-point line?
three-point line. And it looked, like sometimes a longer putt will look just perfect coming off your putter. Not often, but every once in a while.
I've never had that feeling.
That shot looked good from the moment it left his
So
hands.
much so, watch it in slow mo. We can't play it. CBS has rules on this. They'll flag us in 2 seconds. But watch that shot. You will see some players raise their hands while that thing's halfway through the air. And they were like, "Yep." It's amazing when that happens because you can just feel it going in. UConn's 19-point comeback is the second largest ever to go to the Final Four. Louisville in 2025 came back from 20 down to get there as well. This is and look, could have happened to a better team in Duke with all this stuff. And I'm not kidding you because I was thinking about it last night. To me, that Christopher Leitner getting that ball with his back to the hoop, turning, shooting it from Grant Hill was always, to me, the best shot ever in an NCAA tournament to advance and win and all that stuff. And it's also the scenarios. But this here with just all the Duke inbounding it, passing the ball back and forth, down up 2, and then Boozer struggling to get it over the guy's hand. It just tips it just enough that the kid Mullins gets it, pass it around, and he just has to heave a shot up and it goes in. It does not get better than that. It was to the point where Duke thought they had the game won. UConn thought they had lost it, and it switched in literally half a second. That's beautiful, man. Best shot ever in a tournament. Only thing that can beat that now is a championship type shot like that.
As deep as this is, yeah. I mean, you go over the game winners and all that.
Even the Leitner one was a set play.
Yeah, to me, it was the thing about it was the whole build up to that moment where you thought for most of the game, and because we recorded it, and because Brooke was at church and all that, we recorded it. At halftime it was a 16-point lead. Like, this is going to be a blowout, not even worth spending time watching.
UConn was not playing well.
Right, and then all of a sudden you start seeing the game get closer.
But it's because the way Duke played, turning the ball over, not hitting shots. They allowed UConn to come back into that game.
Yes, they did. You got to give UConn some credit.
Oh, no. Yeah, you do. But, I mean, people aren't talking about how bad Duke played there in that second half to let them back into that as well.
Well, and just that last – anything that last play, get the ball in, maybe make the one pass because he was wide open.
Nobody tried to dribble it on Duke. They just were passing the ball.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Put the ball on the floor.
But as soon as you make the second pass – you're down to 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Just hold the ball.
There's just something special. Like I told you, Dan Hurley's mom dropping F-bombs in the stands when that shot goes in. When you watch the bench videos where Duke's bench just frozen, like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
And UConn's bench, Dan Hurley's jacket's half off his body. He's jumping around so much with everybody. You go from just improbable to winning in that moment. It just does. And I am not a UConn fan, and I am certainly not a Duke fan. And that to me was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, because it's not just, okay, that was a Thursday night game. You're going to play on Saturday and whatever. Hey, great win. This is season over and going to the Final Four.
You have it won. And it slips out. And then the other side thinks they've lost it. You can't tell me anybody on Duke thought on UConn was winning that game.
You look at their three-point shooting.
I know.
It was horrendous.
Duke is the only 1 seed to lose after leading by 15 plus at halftime.
Oh.
Yeah. 134-1 now, Dale. That's how improbable what happened in that game, which is unbelievable how this went down yesterday as well. Of course, Arizona down 7 at halftime to Purdue. I was worried about that game. I told you guys going into the brackets, I was like, Purdue's the team that can knock off Arizona before the Final Four. I almost, in my bracket, only reason I didn't was because I thought Michigan was going to get knocked off. But Arizona down by 7, then they came out and dominated that second half. This Arizona-Michigan game is going to be about as evenly matched a game as you will see. And unless somebody comes out and just falls on their face, this is going to be one of the best basketball games you're ever going to watch, I think, coming up this Saturday. I hate to overhype it like that, but that's what I'm expecting to happen this weekend. These are the best two teams, not even close. And they match up almost perfectly between the two of them. Defensively, the way they score, they can both put up a ton of points and all that. This is going to be fascinating to watch this weekend.
UConn usually a pretty good three-point shooting team.
They struggle.
22%. 22%, and that Caravan, the guy who hit the shot, was 0 for 5.
Yeah, that's what's amazing.
And he shot that like he was on a heater.
Michigan's 33-point win is the largest by a team in the Elite Eight or later since 2016. It's the largest win in the Elite Eight specifically since 1989 as well. They ended up 95-62 over Tennessee. Michigan had a glorified practice leading into this Arizona game this Saturday. Tennessee was never in this. I was driving around and had ESPN radio on, and they were just like, they should just stop this game because Tennessee's got nothing. And it was like the first half. People were just like, stop it. But here's the big thing that caught my eye this weekend in terms of the basketball. Tommy Lloyd, whether you like it or not, is being mentioned with the big schools, UNC, Kansas, and stuff to that effect, Dale. His name's mentioned in it. Whether you want to believe it or not, his agent's having conversations with those schools.
You'd be stupid not to.
You have to. You would get fired as an agent if you're not talking to them. At least, hey, my guy got a shot. What are you guys thinking? And I'm not saying they're dealing down numbers and stuff like that, but there's conversation. The phone's been picked up on both sides. UNC and Kansas would be derelict of duty if they're not talking to his agent. Then there's no secret that when it came out last week that Lloyd and his athletic director are having some problems. That came out for a reason from the Lloyd camp, by the way, because the AD has no benefit of putting that news out with big-name schools out there. Then she came out and said they've been talking to him since beginning of the season on a contract extension. I'm always careful, Dale. Like you always say, I read between the lines. If you've been negotiating since September on a contract extension for your coach, you haven't been negotiating. It doesn't take that long. For two parties that want to be at one place, it doesn't take that long to negotiate a rework contract. So if you've been working on it since September, there's hiccups. There's something going on there that's keeping that from happening. Could be on the school side, but if you listen to the rumors, right, it's on the Lloyd side. He doesn't like the AD and stuff to that effect. But Tommy Lloyd said something in his post-game press conference. Made me perk up a little bit. To the point where I saw the clip first. I saw a different clip than the one I'm going to play you. And then I went back and I watched the whole press conference because I wanted to hear it in context. Tommy Lloyd is either an absolute genius in negotiating this contract extension with Arizona for a large pay raise, or he's gone. I don't know which one it is, or he's gone. He's at least talking to these other schools. To talk this way when your name's being mentioned with other schools floored me.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I didn't hear it, but I read about it.
I got it for you. I did a bigger clip than what I saw online. That's not the whole thing. But, folks, he's sending a message here is what he is doing, in my opinion. Here it is, Tommy Lloyd after the game talking about coaching Arizona.
I love those guys. And they've given me a better life because they helped build this program to what it is now. And the legacy is so strong. And those guys have been so cool and so welcoming to me. The sun may be shining on, this team and me coaching it right now. But when it's shining on you, you got to fight like hell to protect it and build it. And so that's what I feel like my number one responsibility is to fight to protect the program and fight to build it for those who came before me and for those that are going to follow after me. Because you know what? Arizona's going to have another good coach after me. I promise you. I mean, the place is special.
Well,
Yeah,
again,
they'll show me another coach that is going to the Final Four that talks about he's worried about the next coach and how good the next coach is going to be after you're gone.
well, he's not worried about it because he says he's going to be a good coach. It's just a weird. What was he asked?
Okay, so this is the context, and that was more of the clip than I saw. I just saw that last part, and I went, "There's more. There's got to be more to this."
Right.
He was asked about it, how it's his. Is it his responsibility? Well, he's answering the question is, as a coach, again, the question was set up to get this kind of answer, but basically, he's talking about how it's his responsibility to be a steward of the program for those who come before him and those that will come after him. The question was in that way. But why are you asking that question if you're not looking for the answer of, are you getting out of here or are you staying? Kind of a context on that side. But Dale, he knew what he was doing when he said that last line. I can tell you overwhelmingly online, because I read a lot of comments on TikTok. I went to them all.
Yeah.
And I was like, overwhelmingly, everybody's going, oh, he's gone.
Yeah, that's a
Again,
general consensus that I saw.
The head coach of Michigan, for context, the head coach of Michigan is also name is being listed for UNC and Kansas. Last I checked, Michigan going to the Final Four. He didn't say that. He didn't say anything close to that. In his press conference yesterday, he didn't say anything about that at all. There's ways to say you're the steward for the program without saying that type of a talking point in line. I'm not saying he's gone. I'm saying he could just be negotiating with Arizona publicly, right? Where he says that. Now, Arizona, literally the AD for Arizona is calling up the school president going, do you hear that? We're going to get some money here.
Well, here's what's interesting, because both things could be true. U of A could have thrown out an offer to extend him, whatever, and a minimal raise. And Tommy sees his team and goes, you know what? I'm gonna run this through, and I have a feeling we're gonna do pretty good this year.
Yeah.
And now I really don't want to sign anything right now. We can talk about it at the end. And much easier negotiating if you're in the championship game, win the championship, Final Four.
All the cards are in your game.
Yes.
Because if your school's not going to pony up, somebody else will.
And then all of a sudden, I don't think anybody probably 6 weeks ago thought both Kansas and North Carolina would be open.
Kansas, keep in mind, Kansas isn't official yet.
Right.
But you can't tell me that if Kansas goes to Bill Self and goes, we can get Tommy Lloyd. Bill Self will be like, all right, I'm really looking forward to that teaching thing that I got here.
Or that provost thing that some athletic director who sits on his ass and does nothing.
Yeah, that's I'm really looking forward to that position moving forward. So Kansas is still of a threat, but it's just I'm sorry. You do not, any experienced coach does not say that in that moment, Dale, unless it's sending a message to somebody. And he's sending a message to somebody. This is what I was talking about. There's a distraction there for him. If you're a player, Dale, you've heard your coach say a lot of things over the years. Like you're sitting in that locker room after an NFC championship game and Jimmy Johnson's, and you go, what did he just say?
Yeah, again, I've always thought, this is me, I've always thought coach shenanigans have less of an impact on the players than most people think. Because I promise you, you might have to answer a question or two about it sometime this week in front of the media. and you could just say, you know what, I don't know, I don't care, I want to win I want to win.
I
against
agree
Michigan.
with you on that.
But once the ball's tipped off, you're not concerned about is he coaching here next year? Or is he,
No, I agree with you on that. You want to know what the difference is and what concerns me? Preparation for the game.
No, because he doesn't have to interview. It's not like he's an NFL coach.
Okay, Dale.
Having to put his resume together.
I'm only one man. I'm only one man. But there was a time in my life where I got an offer from another company, but I was like, I'm not going to take that. That's stupid, whatever. But they really wanted me, and I was perfectly happy where I was.
Mm-hmm.
And then that offer came across my desk. I didn't do any negotiation. They sent me the email, and I clicked on it, and I went for the next week. I was distracted. That offer looked pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I was not putting my whole into my current job because I'm like, I might be leaving. Holy cow, this might be something I need to look into. They're going to pay me that much.
Right?
I was not preparing my staff and what I was doing very well during that time frame until I made the decision to stay. Because there was some negotiation going on that I didn't like. I didn't like the other company. That was the problem. But my point is, I was not on my A game at all going into it. And I can tell you this, Tommy Lloyd needs to be on his A game for a game against Michigan.
Well, I'm going to tell you, in a game of chicken like that, I'm taking Tommy Lloyd over Steve McCollum.
Why?
Because here's the thing.
Why would you always dig
Here's
me
the
like
thing.
that? Why do you not like me?
Here's what I think about Tommy Lloyd. I think Tommy Lloyd, number one, really likes it in Tucson.
Okay.
And number two, would have to have his socks blown off. And therefore, I don't even know. Yes, hey, agent, you go talk to him. You go carry on conversations. You see what you can. I don't want to hear about it till next Monday night at 10 o'clock.
And then the agent calls up and goes, I don't know what he's making in Arizona. They're offering you $15 million a year and an NIL roster budget of
I don't want to know till next
$25
Monday night after the
million.
championship game. You negotiate, you get the best deals possible, all that, and then Monday night after I celebrate and give all the pomp and circumstance and hee ha ha, then you sit down and tell them.
Plus, here's the other side. I left a job one time because I hated the boss so badly that I was like, I ain't waking up and coming in and working my butt off for you anymore. I just despise you that much. I walked in one day, put in my notice, walked away from extra bonus money and everything because I was like, and I looked at him and he goes, why are you doing this? He goes, why are you doing this to me? And I go, and I literally said, because I don't like you as a human being. You don't know what's happening between him and the athletic director. I tell you this. At UNC, you don't like your athletic director? You're firing. You're getting that AD fired. You have a little bit more power there. Maybe he's testing those waters of I don't like what she does here. I don't like what's happening.
Well, I'm
As
feeling
the athletic director, they don't. It's me or her.
it was supposedly
it's not gonna be
something that happened a number of months back. I have a feeling that she's maybe came around to her senses a little bit, and she kind of likes Tommy now and might be treating him better. What do you think?
Yeah, like he couldn't get. Like she cut back the pizza party or
Yeah.
something and made him mad.
I want
I'm
real
just saying-
coffee.
I'm just saying, when you get to certain levels, I've seen really, really superstar employees be either let go or not promoted because a boss didn't like the way they wore their shirt or something. You get to a certain level, you're like, oh, we can replace. He's replaceable. You've seen that in the pro game a lot. Remember that the owner of the Bulls was like, it's not Phil Jackson or Michael Jordan. It's the organization.
Right.
No, it turns out it was them. You always get those egos involved. Who's got the ear of the president of the university? That's the stuff we don't know. Like, is the president of the university like, shit, Tommy Lloyd's not going anywhere?
No,
Or is he going, I trust you, athletic director?
But here's the thing. To me, an NFL coach during the playoffs, either hosting another team and interviewing for the job and his notebook and his plan of action and his coaching staff and all that while you're preparing for the playoffs, that's a distraction.
Okay.
Tommy Lloyd they either want him or they don't. There's nothing
Now,
that he's going to do.
it's the Final Four in Indianapolis. You mean to tell me North Carolina doesn't have a couple people there, and they're like, "Hey, Tommy, hey Tommy, do you remember where the guy accosted that old guy and got stabbed because of it? Let's meet there. Bring your trench coat." They show up with trench coats on in the alleyway. The guy getting grease out, shows up, and you guys are negotiating and talking and meeting, having a meet and greet. Yeah, okay. The Final Four, Dale. Everybody and their dogs is going to be there. Meet in a closet somewhere underneath the stadium after shoot around.
Back room with Durant.
Meet me in a
Not Durant.
the other place.
Mm-hmm.
Now you said Durant's, I won't think of it. Yeah, I'm just telling you.
I
It's
still
the
don't
Final
think it's a
Four.
distraction. I still don't think
It's the
a
Final
distraction.
Four. Yeah.
That won't be the reason they don't win it if they don't.
No, they'll lose to a team that just played better than them in Michigan.
Yeah.
That's
I just
why.
hope that game lives up to the billing.
That's the problem. They rarely do.
Yeah, I'd love it. I want Arizona to win, but so many times because they'll have a whole week build up. And you're right. It's like, to me, back in the 90s when the NFC Championship was basically the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, because the AFC team was losing no
Right,
matter what. Yeah.
right.
There we go. So here we go. Big numbers opening day. We'll finish with this note here. 54% overturned in terms of ABS challenges.
Okay.
94 of 175 overturned. I would expect a 50% rate, to be honest with you. I don't want to see a 60 or 75% rate. But to me, 50% is reasonable out there. 3.7 challenges per game is what it averages there. Pitchers and catchers, 63%. That's more catchers. Very few pitchers challenged. A couple did. 63% pitchers and catchers having a much higher success rate than the batters are. Batters are only at 42%. I'd expect that catchers should be the best. Batters should be second. Pitchers shouldn't challenge anything at all.
No.
But that's the official weekend as well. But in terms of umpires, we talked about this. CB Buckner, 6 calls overturned, 8 challenges total, 6 were overturned.
1, 2 in a row.
2 in a row was Suarez, where he kept striking them out. This is okay. And the second one, he sounded grumpy. So how embarrassing is an umpire where you ring a guy out? You guys know what this is: a ball across the plate, and it's not just a dink.
Yeah.
It's a you're yelling, and then you get overturned, and then you do it again, and you get overturned again. How embarrassing is that out there as well? That you're looking at. It's like, what is happening right now? So, one player has 4 home runs that leads the league. It is the Lauders. He's the one that owns it there as well. 4 other players have 3 home runs in this early season so far. Marte did get his first home run in that Dodgers series. Was that the second game as well? 6 teams combined for 7 walk-off victories. The Blue Jays actually did it twice over the weekend as well. The other teams were the Cardinals, Reds, Mets, Braves, and Marlins. Walk-offs there for the opening weekend of baseball as well. Dominic Smith had a walk-off grand slam this weekend. I was watching that game on. That was fantastic. And then I didn't even know this. Weeks after his mother passed away. Grand slam home run in the opening weekend as well. So, and then you add that little context to it. It's even more sweet for him to be able to do that as well. Mets, their new center fielder, Luis Roberts Jr. from the White Sox, he had a walk-off home run, and so did one of the Marlins outfielders had a walk-off home run as well. There were several walk-off singles. My point is, the start to the baseball season has been fun, league-wide, at least from that side. So, Diamondbacks with 0-3, though. I wanted to bring this up, Dale. They're in a company with a couple other teams out there. Giants 0 for 3, Rockies 0 for 3, Diamondbacks, all in the same division. Not looking well for the NL West here. But they're in the same era with the White Sox and the Athletics. Also over. Not good. Not good, Dale. Not good. But
Whatever.
Anytime your stats go with the White Sox and
Whatever.
Athletics,
Get out of here.
you're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. 6:40 p.m. tonight. Verlander on the mound for the Tigers. Soroka on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Dale, quit poo-pooing it. Quit poo-pooing it. It could be worse. We could be the U.S. men's national team with the World Cup a few months away, and they got destroyed by Belgium. Belgium has a population of like 7 people. 7. And
You have to have at least 11 for soccer team,
and they
right?
beat the U.S. team. No, that's the problem. They won with 7 players. No, I'm just kidding. 5-2 victory over over the U.S. team. Oh, this World Cup is going to be embarrassing. Don't wear your U.S. gear this World Cup season. Dale, get out of here.
Yep.
Tired of looking at you. Everybody else, we'll see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. maybe.
Hi, Kathleen.
I guess. Facebook right now. Respond to this nonsense. Robert says, doesn't it depend if Humberto, the booster down in Arizona, is okay with Lloyd or not? That's my point. I don't know in Arizona who's got the power down there. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out coming up. But we'll talk more about tomorrow. Dale, for Dale Hillerstrom, 17-year NFL veteran. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great one.